The film Gattaca displays the story of genetically inferior Vincent Freeman, a naturally conceived individual in a society constructed on the science of eugenics. This genetically advanced society appears as a utopia where the human race is highly advanced because of genetic engineering. So, to what extent can the film Gattaca be used to defend the argument that genetic engineering can create a better society? First of all, to a limited extent, the film does defend this argument. Through genetic engineering, disease and disorders can be eradicated, improving the quality and longevity of life for a whole generation. This includes cancer, heart disease, depression, obesity, and much more. Secondly, as the geneticist in Gattaca explains to Vincent's parents, the engineering process produces the best possible combination of their DNA, which is an astonishing achievement for science. Keep in mind, this child is still you, simply the best of you. You could conceive naturally 1,000 times and never get such a result. The geneticist uses a hyperbole, as conceiving 1,000 times is completely unrealistic, but in truth he is correct. This large number emphasizes the greatness of what this society has achieved through genetic engineering and leaves the audience in awe of the scientific advancement in Gattaca's world. Additionally, the Gattaca space establishment itself appears to be a pristine environment with ordered desks, white walls, and polished windows, contributing to an ambience of modernity and minimalism. This spotless set establishes the sense of a perfect society in Gattaca, as the perfect people are living in ideal, perfect conditions. The set reflects the same characteristics of the people and the society: faultless, modern, advanced, and sophisticated. However, the argument that genetic engineering can create a better society does only appear to be true because at a glance, Gattaca looks like the perfect society, with perfect citizens, but this is only on the surface. Eventually, the bar is raised too high. The standard for what is considered desirable becomes unattainable, as well as the standard for finding the best amongst the best. In a world of perfect people, this standard would be above perfect, essentially inhuman. This basically removes the humanity and originality of these individuals. Vincent is aware of this when he meets Eugene, a genetically engineered paraplegic. A valid, a vitro, a made man, he suffered under a different burden, the burden of perfection. The use of the word burden to describe perfection puts it under a negative light. It is paradoxical because perfection is commonly viewed as a favored and privileged state, but when perfection is described as a burden, it intentionally sways the audience by making them think twice about a world of perfection, and to adopt the belief that these genetically perfect people are not in an ideal situation. Furthermore, Eugene's alcoholism and evident unhappiness, which led to his suicide, shown by his prominent dark circles and cynical attitude, support this argument. Therefore, looking at the society of Gattaca, there is inequality that creates division, a new underclass for those who are invalid, and hence a hierarchical society. The film opens with a Bible quote, "Consider what God has done. Who can straighten what he has made crooked?" By using this quote as the first visual that the audience sees, it effectively leaves an impression by forcing them to consider the natural order and balance of our world. Humans are naturally flawed, it's embedded in our DNA, and so are we truly able to fix this through science and physical alterations? In addition, the Gattaca advertising line states, "There's no gene for the human spirit." Ultimately, sheer human will has the power to do great things and has power over science, shown through Vincent's success and achievement despite his inferior DNA. This reveals the director's perspective that despite the supposed perfection that genetic engineering can bring, human nature and willpower has power over the physical and will triumph in the end. Conclusively, based on the evidence for this question, it can be concluded that the film Gattaca cannot be used to defend a society characterized by genetic engineering to a great extent, as a world of perfection can create more problems than it solves, and it is the intention of this film to reveal that human willpower is stronger than even the most advanced scientific influences on a society.